What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 130 of Fresh Off the Mats. Here with the Jiu-Jitsu Joes. You seem real stressed, man. You seem real
very
stressed.
tense right now.
Tense?
Yeah.
Why tense?
My first water of
Well,
the day.
don't you like camping? So you should like intense. Jokes for the win.
I think I've only gone legit camping a few times.
You've only gone legit camping a few times?
Yeah.
Camping sucks, dude. I hate it. Have we talked about
What is
this?
happening?
Have we ever talked about
Yeah,
camping
because you always
before?
say, hey, you don't want to go camping.
Yeah, it just sucks, dude. Why would I want to go somewhere where I'm going to be like in dirt and filth and like, I don't know. I get some people like it and some people enjoy that.
I mean, you can go like in a cabin camping.
Yeah, but is that really camping at that point? Because I've gone to cabins, like a nice cabin in the woods. I don't think that's considered camping. I think that's just a hotel in the woods. It's just a hotel in the woods.
It's not camping, but it's
Yeah, I've gone to cabining. I've gone cabining before.
Just go to the cabin.
No, I think it's just a hotel in the woods. That's all. It's an Airbnb in the woods. Not camping to me is like you set up a tent, you sleep on the ground, you wake up the next day, your back hurts.
No, that's if you just don't find a good spot.
Yeah, I don't know.
I usually I don't know. There were times like, I mean, and in the Marine Corps, it's not camping. It's like you're in the field. Like you don't get tents, which it would suck.
It's basically the idea of just being vulnerable while you sleep at night.
No.
Yeah, that's all it is. Let's be in a shitty structure that if a bear comes and just swats it, is going to cut right through.
I mean, I feel like they don't do that often.
Listen, man, I've seen one too many videos of people opening their tent and a bear being out there, and nope, hell no.
What I never understand,
at that
why
point
is
you're
that
at
the
their mercy.
person's first reaction?
What?
To grab their phone and start recording when a wild animal's outside their tent.
They hear something and they don't know what it is.
Why are you recording?
I don't know. Just like a last.
I don't understand. I don't get that.
It's like a last.
Process.
Like if I die, this is how it happened. Maybe they're trying to record their last.
I guess, dude, because I never understand. Like when I see those situations, I'm like, why did they start recording?
Yeah. Did you see the one with the alligators, where the guys are in the tent and it's dark?
They're in the Everglades, or I think they're in the Everglades, and they.
I thought it was Brazil because I think they're speaking Portuguese. They open up the tent. And all you see is the flash of all their eyes. There's like 100 alligators, and they're just like
do that in the Everglades.
Well, why would you want to take this risk, dude?
That's not a place I would go camp.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm saying like go to like a normal campsite. Like that's where you're most likely not going to run into stuff. Like
most likely.
I mean, there's always a chance.
I'm okay, man. I don't want to do that. Yeah, camping sucks.
It can be fun.
No,
you go out and I'm not saying like
you deserve whatever happens to you. If a bear comes across you, you deserve it.
I don't know.
You deserve whatever happens to you.
I'm bringing a gun. I remember my buddy tried to tell me, he's like, let's go camping. And then I was like, all right, yeah, cool. I was like, you got your gun? He goes, can't bring a gun on a campsite. I was like, yes, you can. He goes, no, you can't. I was like, yes, you can. If an animal comes to attack you, you think they just want you out there defenseless?
Yeah. Like hand-to-hand combat, mutual combat.
Yeah, I was like, no, dude, you can't. He goes, no. He's like, what are you going to do, shoot a bear? I was like, I'm going to give it my best shot, yes. If that's what it came down to, yeah, I'm going to try.
Did I send you the video last week with the girl on the trail with the bears? There's like a mama bear and her cubs. They're grizzlies.
Oh,
did I send you that video?
I don't think so.
You could tell by the distance in the video, she's far enough away to just turn around and run. Yeah. But she's like backing up and the trail's curved like this. And from the video, you could tell she's far enough away that she's not like from here to there that if she turned around and started running, it would chase. She's far enough away that like she could just turn around and start running. Yeah, it was kind of walking on the trail and just following. I'm sure it sees her, but she's like, I'm backing up slowly. I'm like, dude, just turn around and run. You could tell by the distance she's far enough away. It's not going to chase like that.
And also, it's with its cubs. Like they usually stick around their cubs. Like,
dude, I was like, you're a drama chaser. That in that moment, you're a drama chaser. Far. Yeah, it was clearly in the video. You could tell it's far enough away. She can turn around and just start running, and it won't catch
you
up.
You had to zoom in to even see the
bear. And the trail is not straight; it's curved. So after the curve, it's not going to see you anymore.
I mean,
she literally backs out of the curve, and then you see it re-enter the frame from the curve.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Have you seen that video though of like the moose? It's like this family. They're in a car, and they see a moose like break the tree line. They're like, "Whoa!" And the moose was like, whoo, whoo, and then it looks around, tries to chill out, and then you hear like it lifts its head and then it starts running again. They're like, what the hell is doing that? And then a bear breaks through the woods and it's just, bro, I would be terrified.
No desire. People don't realize moose are so massive, and they stomp.
When I saw videos of
that's how they kill is they stomp.
Yeah, imagine just being hit by one of their antlers. Dude,
that's like bullfighters. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I don't understand how that's not animal cruelty. How that doesn't fall under that
because it's in a different country.
Oh, they don't do that in the United States?
They don't do the bull slicing where they're slicing at it and all that. I don't think they do that here.
No, I'm just talking about regular bullfighting. You know how they get them to be aggressive, right? They tie
their nuts and all that. But in the Spaniard thing, they're slicing them. When they're doing that whole thing, they have a sword and they're cutting the bull at the same time. Yeah.
Try to kill it?
Yeah, the goal is to kill the bull. It's slowly bleeding out as they're fighting. And it's like
that's messed up. But I still think even tying the rope around their nuts
dude, you're purposely pissing the thing off.
Yeah.
Like, that's messed up.
And also, like, even bull riders. So your jollies is to like aggravate this animal to the point where it's like trying to knock you off.
Like once I learned like
how does that not fall?
Because I thought it was just bucking because it doesn't like people on its back, and I was like, all right, I guess like this is.
But your dog would do the same thing. If you jumped on your dog's back, you don't think
it would buck, but I didn't know that it's really bucking because they tied its fucking nuts, dude. Like that's crazy. I don't know. I think that's just.
Would you be okay if you saw a video of a guy jumping on his dogs and riding them, and as you clearly see their game?
It's not a
but like you see how people would view that as like, oh, that's definitely animal abuse. Yeah. But like to do it to a bull, we're just like, oh, it's okay.
Well, I think it's just because also I feel like part of it is not that the bull doesn't notice, because obviously a person's on top of this bull.
Yeah.
But you're taking that's like Brian. If I jump on Brian's back, he's going to be like, oh, buddy, I feel you there.
I mean, it's still assault.
Yeah,
if you jump on my back or jump on his back.
Like I'm there, but it's like, okay, buddy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
I don't know.
And he's only,
nobody asked the bull.
He's under 300 pounds.
It's okay.
A bull is what, like 1,000?
I have no idea how much
I think
I'm going to guess they're like 700 pounds.
I guess average weight of a bull.
You're going with 1,000?
I would say 1,000. Because horses can be, 1,100 to 2,200 pounds.
Oh shit, I was way under.
Yeah, no, like because horses can be like 1,000 pounds, dude. They're fucking
I don't know. Huge. I think it's weird.
So that's what I mean. A 2,000-pound animal, bro. If I jump on that thing, I'm less than 10% of its weight.
Yeah,
like it's not. It's gonna be like, all right, I feel you, get off me, but it's not doing anything to it. It's like a toddler jumping on you. It's like the boys jumping on you. You're like, okay, like
I understand, but like a part of me is like, I don't know, man. I think it's weird that we like
find animals just to kind of
rope them around their nuts, and we're just like, dance for us, monkey. Like,
I can see it like back.
Dude, didn't they justify? That's why there's no bears in the circus anymore. That was animal cruelty.
Is that why?
I'm pretty sure that's why there's no more grizzly bears or any type of bears in the circus.
Because bears would turn on their.
Well, they have tigers still.
Do they? Because I thought after the Ringling Brothers.
Look it up. I don't know. I could have sworn they still have tigers.
I thought when one of the Ringling Brothers got killed, they stopped doing it.
Yeah, he got messed up. I thought they still did tiger shows. Do they not?
I don't think so.
Just type in, does the circus incorporate
I don't think circus really does much outside of like monkeys.
Oh, really?
Circus involve animals still?
I don't know. Does the circus involve animals? I have no idea.
While many modern circuses moved away from it using animals due to ethical concerns, some smaller circuses and those at fairs and festivals still use animals, including tigers, lions, bears, and sea lions.
Oh, wow. Sea lions?
Yeah. You can get them to do the rings
and the ball and all that. Yeah. So if the circus is like, hey, man, we're going to back away from this, maybe...
Oh, wow. 34 states have restricted it, though, and 117 jurisdictions.
Yeah, because you're profiting off these animals, and it's like, dude, that's not cool.
Especially in some instances.
Yeah.
When it comes to like the animal cruelty thing, it's rough, dude. It's because even like things like SeaWorld.
Yeah, they got away from using the orcas, right?
Yeah, dude.
I never saw Blackfish, but I heard it was a really good documentary.
So Mac put it on one day, and I was like, all right, let me watch it. And like learning like the one, like you could tell some of the trainers like really loved the orcas.
Yeah.
And like that,
but then they're the ones who are there for just a job.
Yeah, just a job, and they didn't care, and like they didn't want to advocate for the animals. Like when some of them would saw like that they weren't getting fed a lot, and that they were like noticing certain behavior patterns, that they're just like, we don't care. And like some of them who were mean, like some of them who got dragged were because they were abusive. Like they would hit the orcas. It's like, again, you're hitting a multi-thousand-pound animal.
Yeah.
But they're smart, dude. Like they know aggression.
The only reason that they don't take us over is that they don't have the limbs for it. That's really it. We're able to contain them, and like they're probably smarter than we are, but we can't. Like they can't contain us the way we.
And that's how I feel like about things like I know what they say about
people say dolphins are incredibly smart, but they don't have the body mechanics or functions.
They have their own language and everything that we can't.
Yeah, but they're basically a hot dog with fins. Like, you know what I mean? Like we have hands and tools and the ability to build cages.
I'm glad you brought dolphins up because I did want to bring this up. I saw a TikTok, which I wasn't sure about. And I didn't fact check it. I didn't look it up. But this TikTok was talking about how it is illegal, like federally mandated all over the United States, that you cannot try to communicate to dolphins.
What?
Yeah, that's apparently like a law. Let me see if that is true. A federal mandate to not communicate to dolphins.
Wait a minute. Like you can't talk to them?
You can't try to figure out how to communicate to them because they have their own language.
I understand.
And so the goal is like,
why would it be illegal for you to?
That's what the question was. That's what the lady on TikTok, because she was like, listen, she's like, this is going to sound like a crazy conspiracy. We haven't found out 80% of the ocean. The government admitted that UFOs have been seen going into the water and also coming out of the water. So they were like, dolphins live in the ocean, and they are the second smartest animal on the planet.
What if dolphins are aliens?
Have you seen not Guardians of the Galaxy? What the fuck is it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
A long time ago. I don't even remember that.
So you don't remember?
That was like 2005?
It was early.
That's the one with Tim Allen, right? The guy from Home Improvement?
No.
Is that I'm not thinking about the right movie.
Nope, wrong movie. This is a British actor, and it has a Mos Def in it. Mos Def with his towel.
No, I'm not thinking about the right.
Depressed Robot?
No, I'm thinking about the one. What's the one with Tim Allen?
I don't know.
There's like that space movie. It's like a cult classic.
Shit. So while there's not a specific federal mandate prohibiting all interactions, Marine Mammal Protection Act makes it illegal to harass, hunt, capture, collect, or kill dolphins. So you can't do anything with them. Harassment can include any acts of pursuit, torment, or annoyance. So basically,
they're super protected.
You can't go near dolphins.
Dude, it's gonna.
It's not like they're
type in Tim Allen space movie. I'm blanking.
Space movie.
I know it's not the one you're thinking of.
Galaxy Quest.
Yes, Galaxy Quest. That's what I was thinking
I've watched that too.
Yeah. What's the one you're thinking of?
Is that the one with the blue alien? No, blue alien is the. Ah, damn it!
You could tell we like our sci-fi movies.
Yeah, what's the blue alien? It's seven something. It has the guy. He can't talk anymore. Bruce Willis.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Yes.
Yeah.
And that one, I don't know why something in that movie stuck with me was when they had to get past like that laser scene and like the alien starts bleeding blue out of the mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know why as a kid that scene stuck with me for some reason. And it's not like a major
The prosthetics were really good in that.
It was.
That wasn't CGI, right? That was a costume.
So. Yeah, it was all costume.
Dude, I had such a crush on Mila Jovovich after that movie.
Because
that was like her first big movie. Yeah.
A lot of people did.
And then when she did Resident Evil, I was like, oh, man.
That is her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same lady.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's the main chick from
That's
Resident
crazy.
Evil. Yeah.
I never connected that. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You need to see this if you haven't seen it, guy. This is just
Which one is the Hitchhiker's Guide? I know I've heard of it.
It up. With the towel.
Oh, yes.
Robot. It's the British guy.
Yes. Yeah, this I don't remember.
No,
this one dude. I don't. Now that I see it, I remember it.
It's so funny.
I don't know.
Because in the beginning, it's like the dolphins disappear because the dolphins are so smart, but they had their own language. So they were apparently always trying to warn humans that, hey, your world is going to end. And then they all just disappeared.
Yeah, because they're seeing whatever's going in and out of the ocean.
And that's what like this lady on TikTok was talking about. She's like, listen, it is a conspiracy that I have of my own. Dude. But she's like, why can't we talk to dolphins? Why can't we just try?
Do you feel like I feel like there's a timestamp in our life of pre-2020 and post-2020. I feel like everything before 2020 was like not normal, but like, pretty like relaxed and like here. I feel like after
2012.
I don't know. I feel like 2020 was the mark because I feel like after COVID, there's like, hey, there's aliens. Hey, there's this. I feel like every other month, it's like what do you have on your bingo card?
Yeah, they started announcing stuff all of a sudden.
Yeah, like I just feel like there's just been a lot of worldly events that have happened.
The whole funny thing is like how no one cares anymore.
Yeah,
because it's just like, bro, we have so much going on now. Like,
but if they said to you like, hey, we could communicate with dolphins, you like 20 years ago, you would have been like, this is insanely big news.
Like, that is
now
so
you're
cool.
like, yeah, no shit. No,
like I figured that we could. Like I'm surprised. Like I guarantee we could have done it 10 years ago. Like
Dude.
like when like the Navy SEALs that had like a Navy SEAL program.
Yeah.
I think it was Navy SEALs that did it, or it was just the military in general. They were making the Navy SEAL program, trying to train SEALs how to be like killers.
Yeah.
And then they also try to do it with dolphins. But the issue is that like they would go rogue and they would just disappear, and you'd be like, "Fuck!"
But also, they can't do much because, like, they're like,
I mean, they can in the water.
In the water, yeah, but like
you own, bro. Our planet is majority water. You own the ocean. You own the world. That's why people can't mess with us, dog. Yeah. Like that is the one. Everyone. That's why I laugh when people think like, "Oh, America, America." Like we could be attacked at any point. I'm like, do you understand the fact that
we have so much heads up?
Own the water. Yeah. Everywhere.
Well, that's why it's such a big deal when all these other countries go into like Mexico or Cuba because it's like, hey, now you're
that's our land access.
Yeah.
Which again, the problem is we also have that complete border. Like, you have to fly over to us. The United States as like a military, just
strategic wise,
bro. We have 2 fronts land wise, but we also get every single season. We have all climates, so you have to be prepared for all climates if you decide to push throughout America. It's not like you kind of just stick with, oh, it's only rainy here, or it's always hot here.
That's why that movie Red Dawn is such a... Have you ever seen that movie Red Dawn?
Yeah, I've seen both versions, yeah.
That's why it's like, oh, they take over the United States. It's like,
do you understand how much
do you know how hard...
You know how many...
You would need, what, millions, if not billions of military in order to come in here?
Bro, like a lot.
You would need like a lot of people, dude.
Like... Not just in the essence to fight our military. You're going to fight our police force at that point. You're going to fight the people. Yeah. That's why, like, I hate when people
also
want to get rid of,
you can't set up anything.
No.
Here's the thing. So, okay, so you send let's say 1 million army people from Russia here, right? Here's the thing. Even if you take over, let's say you take over California or you take over Seattle. Let's say you do. You need people to, 1, fight the rest of the country while you build infrastructure to house all the prisoners in that one area to spread out. It's never going to happen. You would need 1 billion people.
Also, not just because of that, the greatness about our country is we provide for ourselves at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like,
you can't starve us out.
Yeah, because like if you took over Oregon and you took all of Oregon, let's say you took the whole.
Well, I mean, that was the one thing about invading Russia, right? They would just burn crops as they retreated
that's what
backwards.
They would do. They retreat back, and they burn everything, and they're willing to because they're so used to their winters and their environment that they're willing to burn everything, and they'll watch you just die.
Yeah.
They'll be like, cool.
They'll be like, cool, we're burning this.
That's why no one has yet to successfully invade Russia, but it's the same deal with us.
Yeah.
Bro, you have to get past the oceans, which people don't understand how vast that actually is. Like, we're so used to just travel through, like, planes and stuff. That is a huge distance to travel. Especially
I saw
the
a thing
Pacific.
on TikTok about taking a cruise around the world, and it shows how it maps out going over the ocean.
You go through.
And I'm like, no way, man. Yeah. One of the trips is like 2 weeks out in the Pacific, and I'm like, hell no.
Bro, I did the flight from DC to Singapore.
Whatever happened to the Bermuda Triangle? Remember when that was a thing? Like a scary thing as a kid growing up?
I always thought, I was like, damn, we're going to die. Whenever I would fly, I was like, we're going to die.
Yeah, don't fly over the Bermuda Triangle.
It's just, dude.
Now, like, I haven't heard anybody mention that in 10 years.
They figured out what the big issue was. It's the magnetic fields. So, like, like the radars and our GPS systems and all that, they go haywire within that frame.
Whatever that area
within
is.
the Bermuda Triangle, it just goes haywire. So
they just avoid it now?
Yeah, they avoid it.
Because you lose the big bad Bermuda Triangle.
You lose communication. You lose GPS.
Is there anything there? It's just ocean?
I believe it's just ocean.
Like, it's not a...
Because I know I looked this up a while. I'm pretty sure it was during 2020 that I looked it up because it was like...
I just remember as a kid, people always talked about the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody understands it.
Triangle.
And nobody ever talked about it again.
It's just because then they've understood it. Natural phenomenon like hurricanes, sudden weather shifts, navigational challenges rather than the supernatural extraterrestrial causes. So, it's literally just because of where it's at. It attracts so much problems, and it's not a safe area to be in, to get caught up in.
I like when the answer to things is like, hey, just don't go there.
I mean, it's
like
in jiu-jitsu. Like, how do I avoid this? Don't get caught.
Don't do that.
Just stop it. It's
don't allow that to happen.
It's like, oh, okay. Thanks for the worldly advice.
So that makes me so mad when people say that in jiu-jitsu. Like, now that we're going to talk a little bit about jiu-jitsu, almost at the end of the podcast. What do you call it? I hate when someone's answer to something is, hey, just don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but when they're serious about it too.
Yeah, when they're serious about it, when they're like, hey, I'm having trouble getting out of mount. Oh, well, don't let anyone mount you. It's like, that's not a good answer. No. If someone tells you like, hey, just don't let that happen. What happens when you face somebody who's better than you and they force
someone
you to
telling
position?
Me to not let Joe get to north-south position.
Yeah.
If someone told me that, I'd be like, do you understand what that means? Like, like that's stop it.
Plus, you know what else it does to you? From the get-go, it reinforces like, I always have to worry about getting there. Like the second me and you slap bump, if your first goal is don't let Joe get to north-south, you're not worried about you're not thinking about what am I going to do? How am I going to pass? How am I going to get on top? How am I going to avoid him sweeping me? Because all you're fixated on in your brain is don't get to north-south. That's the dumbest answer of all time. When people say that, I'm like, you're a dumbass. You don't know shit.
It's like,
I'm having trouble escaping mount. Oh, well, don't let somebody mount you. That's fucking bullshit, bro.
It's just say that you don't know what to do.
Yeah, just say you don't know. You're not knowledgeable to know what to do.
You don't know the best aspect. It's like, or it's because, especially when they're like, how do I get out of it? And then they give you that answer. Oh, you shouldn't have gotten into it.
That's not an answer.
It's like, bro, well, that's not an answer. Now, well, I did get into it.
Yeah.
So now what, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
so I just die here?
It's a tap and reset, bro. Like,
bro. I've heard people say that as an answer, and I'm like, you're a dumbass, and you don't know shit about that.
Like when they're legit about it.
Yeah, they're legit. They're like, oh, just don't let people mount you. And I'm like, what the fuck? Just don't give people your back. Okay, what happens when you go up against the guy who's better than you? Because there's always somebody in the world that's better than you.
That's it. And it's like, no matter, you could try your hard. Okay, you know what? Anyone who has those answers, go against Gordon Ryan.
Go fly a kite.
Well, actually, that's a perfect example. How come no one beat Gordon then? Why did they just let him do those things?
People have beat Gordon in the past. He's not undefeated.
I'm saying like as a black belt at his level right now. How come no one's done it then? Because I mean,
but somebody one day will. Well, at some point, you know what I mean. Like
we're gonna get that 20-year-old. I wonder
at some point, someday,
really want to
will.
see the Rutolos. I want to see them. I want like another 4 or 5 years of them just
training.
Like because they're getting bigger. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah,
like they're moving up in weight
they're
too.
Getting into their adult bodies.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Yeah. So like, I want to see that happen.
Yeah,
I would love to see the Rutolo
It's a matter of time. Trust me. There's a 30-year-old out there that could beat Gordon Ryan. There is. He just
and not only that, he's probably not a competitor either. He's probably just someone who's like
A, not a competitor. B, he's an unknown. It could be also that he lives in a country that he's just poor and can't afford to leave that country. Yeah.
Like, there are some videos I see of some Brazilians, dude. I'm like, I'm so happy you're broke. Yeah. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm like,
Brazil
God damn, I'm so happy.
Has a metric fuck ton of competitors who are top-notch elite competitors, but the state of the situation is they live in a country that's a poorer country. It's hard for them to get by. They're not from a wealthy
they'll
family.
Literally go sell waters on the street to try and buy a plane ticket so they can sleep at the stadium.
Yep.
So that they can
just
to come back, because the goal is to try to come back with a medal, so that they can train people back.
If you're
home.
a jiu-jitsu practitioner in the United States, you are so blessed beyond belief. You have no idea, because there are kids in like those countries, like Brazil, like overseas, that they just can't afford to compete, but they are really good jiu-jitsu players. It's just the fact that they can't afford it.
Even in America.
And dude, they're willing to do those things.
Again, America's diverse as fuck. Yeah. Imagine all the places in America where people train and they don't have money outside of being able to pay for their tuition fee. Like,
bro, that's why I laugh when like some American kid is like, oh, I just won worlds as a black belt at 20 years old. I'm like, yeah, dude, good luck. If the doors were really open, if worlds really meant that the best of the best were to compete there, you would not win.
Yeah, most
straight
of the time
up, you would not win.
It's the best in America, and then the few people who can afford to come.
Who could afford it? Yeah. So you're dealing with wealthy people, or if you live in the America.
Which is why I think like a lot of the big challenges, you'll see it. Like obviously now that the sport has grown, even in just the like I'm going on 5. It would be 5 years this year for me training, by October, and just in that time frame. The amount that I've seen jiu-jitsu grow
is insane,
is wild. So like, obviously now the adults competitions have gotten more stacked, but it's like looking in the older divisions, like getting closer to the masters and all that, seeing like the competition rise within that level is just growing because more people are starting to flood in.
Well, because it's only a matter of time before the new crop gets older.
That's what I mean.
They move from being like 27 to 30.
Yeah, these guys are starting to like be around, and it's like
the sport's growing and it's good. And it's listen, from when I started jiu-jitsu till now, it's like night and day difference.
I can't believe,
dude. From when I started till now,
Had to be like 2013.
It was. I started jiu-jitsu 13 years ago. So what was that?
2012.
2012. Yeah, dude. From then until now, it's night and day difference. But it's night and day difference in a lot of good ways. It's night and day difference in a lot of bad ways. Like
I was actually just having this conversation with a buddy of mine. So like he's in the Marine Corps still, but he's deployed right now. But they're in Japan, so he's just he found a spot to train out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about like how, because he started off at a 10th Planet gym,
okay.
and he's like, nothing against 10th Planet. He was just like, because we were talking about how our academy is very old school. We also don't know the names of everything. Like it's just like, yeah, that's a half guard or that's an omoplata.
Because people add a million names.
They'll add
it's the tornado spinning 3,000 arm bar. It's like, bro, it's a fucking
And so that's what
bar.
he was saying. I didn't know. He was like, in 10th Planet, he goes, even the transitions have names. Like if you went from half guard to a butterfly, that transition to get to butterfly is a specific name.
Dude, if you go to some of their gyms, instead of having like a wall with decoration, it's all what's that called? The chalk, the black paint. And they have chalk and they write down the names.
So his gym had that. He goes, he's like, bro, it's like you legit learn another language while
which is not, but it's not wrong. It's a good way to learn. I'm not shitting on it, but like, dude, there's different ways to learn things. And like, I don't think there's a cookie cutter generic good way.
Where it's funny though, because like these guys, even like Gordon Ryan's school, what is it, New Wave, or not? It's not Gordon's school. It's John Danaher school. It comes from it's not Hickson, is it? Is it Hickson?
Idea.
I forget who John Danaher's teacher was. It was either Hickson or Hoyce, I thought.
He was from Renzo Academy.
Henzo. It was Henzo. Yeah, it was Henzo's academy. So it's like he's not doing new jiu-jitsu. He's taking what he learned from Henzo, and it's like he's not changing jiu-jitsu. It's just they're advancing off
There's
of it.
nothing new about jiu-jitsu. If somebody tells you I invented a new move in jiu-jitsu, I'm like, you're a fucking clown.
You probably added onto something or something that got
something you never seen before and you just stumbled across it. Because that happens too, where it's like, oh, I've never been taught this, but after years of training, you just stumble across it.
Yeah,
shit,
I found out about this myself.
Bro, but the problem is that people want to feel unique. That's why they put like the Contaminolis armbar. And it's like, dude, it's not yours. Like people have done that before. You're just putting your take on it and your spin on it just to feel special in some way.
Like the whole thing with the Rotella brothers, their Rotella team, like I saw someone say like, yeah, but that was something that was done back in the 90s. It's just that it wasn't used until recently and they brought it back. But so they kind of like, they gave the name to them because they brought it back.
Okay, I understand this, but it's also like fashion trends.
Yeah.
Things that they go in waves. Oh, this is popular in the 80s. It's no longer popular in the 90s. It's back in 2010. It's gone again.
Seeing the kids dress nowadays, like, they dress like how we did in the 90s. Like, they brought
this
back
is straight 80s shorts, dude. Yeah. Tiger leopard prints and all these things.
They got the baggy pants, the overalls. I see fitted hats coming back, and I was actually shocked to see fitted hats come back. But it's funny because that is that's just how things work.
That's how things work, man. Like I said, there's nothing new under the sun, man. No. Every jiu-jitsu move has been done before. It's just people putting their own spin and taste and wanting to be known for this thing. Yeah. It's like, stop. It's just a way to sell DVDs. All right, guys. We'll see you next week for episode 131.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.